I don't know what it is that I love so much about Chattanooga, but it has always appealed to me. It's a very artsy district, downtown Chattanooga area specifically, and I just love it. I come down here quite a bit just for a personal getaway. I actually live just over the mountain from Chattanooga, so it's a quick 90-minute drive for me, just over the mountain, hour and a half, that's it, and it is an absolutely beautiful drive. I like go the scenic route, which is like every possible way you can get here. So I usually come over Mount Eagle Mountain and then go back through Dunlap. It's gorgeous. Anyway, so the trip is nice, but actually being here is so much fun. There's so much to do in Chattanooga, just right in the downtown area. Lots of places to eat. You can basically just park and walk anywhere you want. I like to stay in the Hilton Garden Inn right downtown Chattanooga, or stay at the Marriott right in the downtown area. And the Marriott's actually more convenient to everything. Literally just walk out the door and you can go to the Tennessee Aquarium, you can go to the Southern Belle Riverboat, you can walk down to the Tennessee River and just enjoy that, walk to the pedestrian bridge and cross over to Coolidge Park. There's awesome places to eat, lots of outdoor patio restaurants. One of my favorites is Sekisui, which is a sushi bar, and it's an upstairs restaurant, so they have a balcony right there where you can sit and watch everything going on down in the street. It's just a really nice place. Something about it that I absolutely love. Many of you had asked me if I could live anywhere, where would I choose to live? And I think Chattanooga is probably the one place that appeals to me the most. I love Tennessee, and I've often said, no matter where I travel, go all over the world, Tennessee is always home to me. I just absolutely love it here. I have to say, I do regret not buying a home in Chattanooga. When I chose to buy a home and settle down, which was about 3.5 years ago, I bought in, the place where my grandmother was raised and where she lived her life, and it just kind of seemed like home to me, seemed like roots. And my kids were already in school there, and I felt like, really didn't need to move them again, et cetera, but I regret that decision. I think, looking back, I wish I had come down here to Chattanooga and bought a home here, right near the Tennessee River, or even just a cabin up in the mountains, overlooking downtown Chattanooga. I thought about moving, of course. I mean, that's an option, but it's a lot harder to move, especially just 3 years into a house, than it is to have made that decision in the first place. So another thing that I considered as an option was getting maybe a commercial space or a loft type apartment where I could come down here as an office. And so I thought about that, investing in some space here, some real estate, not necessarily a second house, but maybe an apartment type thing or an office, something like that. Because I actually come down here quite a bit. There's times, that I'll just come down and spend the weekend at the Hilton. And now that I've discovered the Marriott and how nice it is, the staff here is absolutely fabulous, by the way. It makes just as much sense just to have a suite at the Marriott when you want to use it, instead of having something that you have to maintain all the time, even when you're not using it. So that kind of appeals to me a little bit. And it's something, I may very well consider. My kids, too, I think they really would have thrived here in Chattanooga versus the small town where we live. And I know my daughter is like, can we move there? Can we move there? But she has, finished her sophomore year still, and then she only has 2 more years in high school. And it's really a tough decision to think about moving her, out of the school that she's in and into a totally new school at this point. So, maybe it's a better option to have a second location here and just enjoy it as much as possible. But like I said, I love it here. There's so much to do. The people are really great. It's kind of a melting pot. There are a lot of artists here. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's always something to do. If you had a date, there's places to go. There's places to eat. There's more than 3 restaurants. And lots of other fun stuff like the murder mystery dinner, or taking a ride on Chattanooga Choo Choo, or going up to Lookout Mountain. You've got Ruby Falls. You have Lake Winnie. Another great thing, too, is it's halfway to Atlanta for me. I currently live halfway between Nashville and Chattanooga, so it's 90 minutes for me either way. The only downside is there's not really a major airport in Chattanooga. It's really kind of halfway between Nashville and Atlanta. But I like the Atlanta airport better than I like the Nashville airport, just because you can hardly ever get a direct flight out of the Nashville airport. Atlanta's a great place if you want to fly out, no matter where you're going. So I would be a lot closer to Atlanta if I were here, which I like. I have friends in Atlanta, and Atlanta's another place that I really, really enjoy. So for conferences and meetups and just friends in general and things to do, Atlanta's really nice also. So Chattanooga is just a hop, skip, and a jump. It's really just a couple hours away. There's just a lot of reasons that Chattanooga really appeals to me. I'm actually in Chattanooga while I'm videoing this, and I'm heading out, so I'm back on the road, making the 90-minute trip back over the mountain home, and really heavy on my mind today about why I didn't choose to live here in the first place and what I might do about that.